Good morning. It is currently 6:35 a.m. on Wednesday, April the 8th, 2015. My birthday. Yay! I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. So, birthdays, right? That's a big deal. My birthday tonight is not necessarily anything super special. It's fun. I celebrate. It's okay. But, at the same time, it's not like when you're 10 or something where you have to make a big deal about it. It certainly doesn't necessarily need to be a big deal on the exact day when it's a Wednesday or something and you do have to work. I had vague presumptions of maybe taking today off of work, but I failed to actually plan in advance for that. So like a mature grown-up, I'm not going to suddenly take the day off work with no notice to my employer. I might, however, decide if there's not anything in particular that needs to be done today that I will, take an early afternoon or something. This evening's plans are improv shows. Yay! By sheer coincidence, my improv 401 class decided that we wanted to go on a group trip to see a Herald Night show. Herald Night, if you recall, is a particular structure for improv shows that is the focus of Improv 401. So, good show to see as a group, right? And so anyway, the 8th is the night that they picked, as a group, which coincides with my birthday, which coincides in terms of, hey, let's go to an improv show tonight. That seems fun. So that's the plan for this evening. But, birthdays, people reflect on those. It's a little bit like, yesterday's show 100, today's show 101. So maybe that should be a metaphor for how we should look at birthdays, not as the end of one year, but the start of the next. Oddly enough, that makes me think about comic books. I briefly participated in a comic book discussion yesterday, the details of which are not particularly relevant. But, it's a good stand-in for pretty much every comic book discussion ever. Also, just noting that Marvel and DC are both planning these big, huge continuity shake-up crossover events that are going to change everything. And that actually struck me, or rather, my response to that struck me as something that's maybe a relatively good metaphor for life, in the sense that there may be an instinct with comics that when you hear about these decisions being made on a business level that will change the way they're telling their stories, or change the story they're telling, or maybe not focus on a character you like anymore, or make changes to things that you have been enjoying. There can definitely be this immediate reaction of being upset that they're taking away this thing that you love. But my immediate response was, well, what were you doing to support the thing that you loved before? Were you really buying it every week? Or were you maybe just vaguely remembering how you used to buy it a few years ago? Also, and this is the more key point, isn't it better to focus on the hope that whatever's coming next will be as good or maybe even better than what came before? Just because you're used to something and this is a change doesn't mean that it's a change for the worse. Everybody fears change, and there's an instinct to believe that just because you like something and now it's going to change, that that's somehow automatically bad. It's a risk, but you never know. Lots of times the change might end up being something great. And if nothing else, with comic books, for example, the creators that you like are just going to go tell a different story now. So if you liked them telling this story, why would you not like them telling that story? Certainly it seems not sensible to me to spend a lot of time being upset about something that you don't actually have very much impact on anyway. Instead, why not just try for the optimistic approach? And in the meantime, make sure that you are spending your time and mental resources on the things that you do care about and want to see more of in your life. I think it's true of comic books, and I think it's just true generally. The parts of your life that you want there to be more of, spend your emotional energy on those things, because, invest in them. And then lots of times, you have something you like, and if that's looking like it's going to change, try not to be afraid of change in and of itself, because it might end up changing to be good. Who knows? And there is your, vague philosophy 101 for the day. It's my birthday, so I think I'm entitled to feel as though I'm wise and full of, I was going to say wisdom, sage advice? Sure, why not? It's my birthday. I can have another bland, tortured metaphor if I want. All right, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for 5 more minutes.